Hi there, Jamie here today at Teachers Tech. Hope you're having a great day today. Today I want to show you how to use Notion. Now I started using Notion a couple of months ago and I've been really impressed with it. You can use it as little as possible just to keep some daily tasks going or keeping yourself organized, but it has the power to be so much more for teams and organizations. So I'm going to show you the free version today. That's what I'm using. I'm going to be starting from scratch with Notion, then walking through how you can set up Notion for you to get the most out of it. Let's get started with how to use Notion here today on Teachers Tech. I'll put the link to Notion down below in the description. You can click on it. It will take you right to this page. And I'll also timestamp everything in this video that you can jump around to different parts if you're looking for something specific. One of the things I love about Notion is just how flexible it is. You can quickly drag and drop pages, add things to pages quickly, create databases in it. And I want to go all over those things. But let's first with starting a free account in Notion. So I'm going to go up to the top here, just where it says try Notion for free, and you're going to see I have some options to sign in. I can either sign in with Google, Apple, or create one. I'm going to go ahead and connect it to just a demo Gmail account that I have for this tutorial here today, and then I'm going to just select this and log in. So you'll see it's going to be this easy to create your account. You can create it with your team or for yourself. I'm just going to do it for myself in this example here, but remember, you can grow with Notion. Keep it started off simple, then grow with it if you need to be sharing different pages or invite team members into it. But I'm going to just go take me to Notion, and you'll see at this point it's going to set up a spot that's going to look for similar for everybody, and I like it how they put the pages in it so you can get some examples. With these pages, I could go through and edit them and start from there, or I can delete them, or I'll start from scratch. That's what I'm going to start with right now, just a little walk around what you're going to see, and then we'll start creating some pages. I'm going to keep the templates that they show us over here. Notice I could hit clear templates, but I'm just going to hit OK. Now, what I want to point out with when you're using Notion, you have these different pages here, and any of these can be opened up. If I click on the down arrow, you can see that there's sub pages underneath these here. At any point, if you're using these templates, you can quickly alter them, change the names. For an example, if you didn't want this journal, look, if I hit these three little dots here, I can have delete. If you see something that you really like and you want quick access to it, we could add to favorites. So if I click on it, it creates this topic right up here, favorites. So those three little dots can do a lot. I can remove from favorites to put them back down. So as I open up different ones, if I go to a reading list, you can see how they have it set up. Inside of any of these pages are going to be blocks. So this is a block in here. At any point, if you wanted to, you can move these blocks around. I can click and drag and move them on the page. So it makes it very easy to manipulate. I can click to add a block here, and when I go ahead and add a block, I can choose what I want from here. So maybe, is there a certain quote that you found, or you could add dividers or a table, or you want a quick bulleted list, you can start with here and just put information in. So if I put another one, and then I have that list. The other thing that I like with any of these, if I drag it over to the side over here, I can move it around, and I'll just move it on the outside of this. Notice I created columns. So any of these templates can be manipulated. You can delete whole pages. If I don't want this journal, I can go ahead and hit delete. Use the ones that you want to get yourself started. So maybe you want your personal home one set up like this. I want to point out, when you're creating these, it creates this wiki inside here. So it gives these links. So if I go to movie list, it gives me connects to a movie list inside of here that you can keep track of everything. So that's just a little bit about how you can manipulate the templates. But what I want to do next is just start from scratch with a page. Right before we start this blank page, I just want to point out you can download an app for this too, and it runs a little bit faster. Notice that there was a notification right here, so I'm on Windows, but if you're on Mac, you can download the app too. If I go up top here, you'll be able to see where it says Get Windows App. I'll talk about settings and everything later on in this video. Again, just check the timestamps down below. So down below here, I'm just going to go New Page, and when I click on New Page, we have some options, and in this case I'm just going to start with a blank page, and I'll do another page where it's going to be a database, but in this case it's just going to be a blank page, and I'm just going to call this, we'll keep this simple, this is just going to be a demo page here. Now we have some choices. Do I want an empty icon, empty templates? And I'm going to make another page just showing how the options with templates. And the templates are great because they save you a lot of time, and then you can go through and modify the way you want, or you can import. But I'm just going to do, I'm going to do an empty one here and then add the icon. I do want to point out right up here, we can change this at any time. There's different styles for the font here. You can see as I click on it, we have small width, full width. So if there's some customization you'd want there, take a look at these, and right away I can add to favorites here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click off this, and you'll see as soon as I do that, if I look over here, I have demo page. When I click on it, I have all these options now that I can add to this demo page. Now I'm going to customize this a bit here, and I said before, even after, you can click on this and do your customization. Here's another shortcut just to pin this as your favorite. Now I'm going to hover over up here, and I can add an icon. So the icon will show up just how these books are. So if I go add an icon, this pops up, but I can click on this and add some more. So you can do some searches if you want, or take a look at the different options that you have here. So you can even upload on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and we'll just pick this one here, and you can see how it gets updated. If I want to change it, just click on it again, and it's very easy. I can add a cover. The cover, when I click on it, just picks this one. I can change the cover. I can upload a cover too. So if there's something you want to upload that you have to personalize it more, you can do that. You can link this too. And you can see, you can go to Unsplash here. I'm just going to go ahead and just pick one of these here. So I'm going to pick this, and you can see how it's updated very quickly. That's what I like, is how quickly this updates. We can reposition. So if I reposition, you can see I can make something kind of stand out more if I want. All right, so we got our page all set up the way we want it to look. We can change this too if I drag this. So all these are draggable. If I wanted it at a different part, notice how I put it right into here. So you can just drag them around very, very quickly. At this point, I can start adding my blocks. I can click on the page and I'm ready to go. Notice if I click the plus, right here, I have the blocks, or else I can just hit the / and it's going to come up too. So I guess you would have to choose what you wanted to start with. So if you're going to just add some text to it, I can type some info, and then you have this in. Take a look at the different options. So as soon as I highlight this, notice I get some more options. So I can go and bold this, italicize, and just as a normal web or a document editor, it looks very similar and works very similar. So I can even link this. So if I wanted to link this to a website, I can go and paste the link right in here. Notice I have more options here if I want to delete, duplicate, and so on. I want to point out also that if I go ahead and highlight this, I can drop down and I can change it. So maybe this is going to become a heading. As I select this, this is a heading now. If I hit enter, it gives the spaces in it, but I can, and then I can quickly drag it to there. I can't drag it if I haven't hit any enters or given it any more space. I can't do it, but as soon as I hit a few enters, then it comes in. And remember with the columns too, so if I go ahead and click in here and then just add another one, and I'm just going to do a to-do list, and this will be just an example. And like I showed you before, if I drag this to the end, it starts creating the columns here, right? So I can do more too. So if I go ahead and just hit one more text, and I'll type test again and drag it way over, I've added another column. So you can quickly add these columns of these different blocks by adding anywhere. So just remember how quickly it is to drag and drop them. Some more customization you have with any of these blocks, again, if you click on it and open it up, you do notice that there's color. So we can change color background. So if I select it, now it has a different color background if we wanted it to stand out. Again, drag around very quickly. So just click on it, take a look at color. We do have other options where we can move this also. So if I hit move, I can move it to a different page that would be over here just by selecting it. I'm going to go ahead and just do some deleting now. So I'm just going to hit delete here, and we'll just clean this up, because I also want to show you that you can add things to the page like this, or you can create sub pages to this. So with this demo page right here, I'm going to go ahead and see where it says quickly add a page inside. So if I click on it this time, and I'm going to just put down to do, just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll just say empty with an icon, and it jumps over that step here. And if I click off of it now, notice it says to do on the demo page, and it creates this link. So if I click on it, it brings me over. I'll just close this notice here. So I have this drop down at this point. Again, these can be deleted, they can be renamed, and they can be moved very, very quickly. I can go to it. If I want to, I'm going to go to another one. I'll hit the add page to it. And this time I just want to point out templates, because templates allow you take a look at all the different things that you can create that they've made for you. You can tweak a little bit, but you take a look at these ones. Maybe you have a goals one here, and we'll say use this template, and it adds it too. So with any of these, you can add a new one to do. So if I was going to make a video on Notion like so, and if that's under my to do, I can then bring it through the series of where I want it to. Notice that this one has a tag in it too. You can take a look at these as you add more. If I click on this, I can have more options. So if I click in it, I can pick. This is based on the template that they picked on it. So I could go through and pick one. So if this is work, I could do that. But if I was going to add, I can go ahead and add more to this very, very quickly, just like that, by typing in other tags that will show up after it, because you can do filters. So this is a database that I did add through that template, and I'm going to add another template also, but you can add filters through here to be looking for something specific to this. So if I click add a filter, you can be looking through all these different options. I'm going to create a different video about diving into the databases on Notion, but this one is more of just a getting started with Notion video. But now if we take a look over here, we have our two pages. If I click on the first one, we have goals and untitled, and it's creating those links. At any point, I can still put information into this page. So if I was going to go ahead and just add anything to this, I can hit my add, and I can add some text to this and put the info right up here. And notice that this is still all movable and everything to it. I'm going to go to this page quickly. You can update all this information still, add your icons, and everything gets updated. So if I go to this one more time, and I just go ahead and I'm going to go and add, and I'll go this way, and I'm going to go and put a database, and this time it will be just a table database. It puts it right in this first page. But it also created a page right here. Notice untitled, if I click on it, it's its own separate page too. So I'll just write data, and you can see if I go up here to the first page, this is connected. So in this time, I've inserted it from this first page, and it's there, but it still created this separate page. If I didn't want it on that first page, I could have just clicked what I showed you before, and it would have just added to as a sub list. So if you go ahead and try to add any subpages to inside here, notice, and I'll just type example and click off of it. If I drop down, you don't see example, but notice it's part of what the database is. It added it as a status right here. The other thing I want to point out, as you get lots of different pages, take a look at your quick find. There's example right here. If I click on it, it opens up the page that it's connected to right here. But this note inside of this is going to be showing up in goals as this. Play around with some of the other templates that they gave you in this too. So for example, if I go up to personal home and look at movie list, how they have these, we could add movies to these. These are just a simple copy paste. If I paste this in here, and maybe as you watch them, you can go through and move them here. So everything that can be organized, there's lots of different templates in these. Make sure you take a look at all the databases that you can add to it. If you wanted a calendar, you can go through. We have calendar right here. Then you could be adding your pages to an event. So anytime I go ahead and click one of these, it opens up a page. So if I do, it was going to be, I'll just write work. I click off of it and it's on. So it takes a page and puts it into my calendar, and that's how it's being connected through the database as a calendar one. The other ones I showed you with the list, or it could be tables, but it's just connecting those pages, and you can add those tags and then connect with filters to it. The other thing I just want to point out too, when you're adding things to your page, I'll go to the demo page here. I've showed you how to add text and how to add your databases, but if you add these blocks, keep scrolling down. So maybe you want to add some images. You can upload or embed a link, a web bookmark. Maybe you want to put a video where you can just paste them in. Notice that these videos will show up right in here. So as I go through and just I'll hit the / this time, take a look at all the different things that you can add. You can embed PDFs, embed a Google Doc, Google Maps, and just keep going down. You can put anything on these pages, and it's so easy to customize. As you're setting up your Notion workspace, take a look at these templates again, find the ones you like. So if you go ahead and create another page with all these sub pages, maybe you like the movie list, you can drag that down into your new one. So remember just how flexible this is to add. There's also another place, if I go down, you can add your templates. You can start right from here and take a look. This can save you so much time. Take a look at all these templates that they have already created for you. So I just wanted to end kind of today looking at some of the settings that I mentioned and some of the extra things you can do. You can share your Notion pages with other people too. If you take a look up top, notice where it says share here. If I go ahead and click on this, I can publish and share a link with anybody, but I need to turn this on. Take a look at some of the options. They would need their Notion account, but take a look at some of the options, and then we can go ahead and copy that link and then send it to them. The other thing I wanted to point out was under settings and members here. This is where if you wanted to upgrade, you can do that, and it will show you different ones. I'm just using the free one, and I've really liked just using the free one, but you can check to see if any of these options would work better for you. With your account, upload photo rather than, in this case, the demo one. I could upload my photo here. If I didn't want this to be calling demo, I can just write my name and go through. You can see your password, log out of all devices. I'm just going to hit update. Do take a look also if you want to work in the full view. This arrow, close the sidebar, allows you to see the full page on this, so you can go back, hover over, and open it up again, so you get more to see there. Again, take a look around at all these different settings. I find Notion very intuitive to use as you see the different things. Also, Try out the desktop app if you're looking for that, or try your mobile app. All these things can be connected throughout devices. So I hope this beginner's tutorial on Notion has kind of given an idea how you might set up your personal life through Notion, or maybe your workspace. Let me know what else you're looking to learn about Notion. As I said, I'll do a different video diving a little bit more into the database and maybe how you could create your own to help organize something that you have at home, and then you can keep everything in the same place. Thanks for watching this week on Teachers Tech. I'll see you next time with more tech tips and tutorials.